7, a Whitwell Middle School student will not be allowed to return to class. Police are investigating the sexual assault of 2 other boys at a space camp in Huntsville.
The director of schools tells our Kate Smith how his staff learned about the alleged assault and what steps are being taken.
Director of Schools Dr. Mark Griffith says he got the phone call early this morning from the Whitwell Middle School principal when she learned about the assault. That launched an immediate investigation.
This is extremely serious, and the situations like this won't be tolerated by the Marion County school system.
Staff members called Dr. Mark Griffith when they learned 2 6th grade boys may have been assaulted by a classmate. He says the incident started as horseplay and tickling, but led to inappropriate touching.
If that was horseplay, it definitely went too far into the assault situation.
18 students from Whitwell Middle School were in Huntsville for an overnight field trip at the space camp. The students stayed in a dormitory. When they woke up, one of the victims went to a counselor and explained what happened.
The space camp provides a chaperone there. Our folks are down there with them, but just for the daily activities throughout the day. They don't actually stay in the dormitories. Space camp folks, they provide those chaperones there.
Griffith says the authorities and school administrators were notified immediately. The parents of the student accused in the assault were called to pick him up.
He is now back here. The parents went down and picked him up and brought him back. He is facing expulsion depending on the DHA recommendation next week.
School counselors were sent to Huntsville to be there for the 2 victims. Their parents chose for them to stay at the camp and receive that support. Griffith plans to travel to Alabama to work with investigators and take a hard look at field trip rules.
All the parents were notified of the situation, and safety precautions have been put in place that this doesn't happen in the future.
Dr. Griffith couldn't tell Channel 3 if the student accused in the assault has a discipline record, but he tells us to go on an overnight field trip. The criteria is good grades and good behavior throughout the school year. In the studio, Kate Smith, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
It's not clear what potential criminal charges that boy could face. That'll be